All right, people, this segment is called What in the World? I'm only going to explain it one time because it's the first episode and I feel like I have to over-explain everything so you know what's going on. But if you ask me what is what in the world after this, then I'm just going to refer you back to episode 1. All right? So what in the world is simply things that I see or things that happen to me as I'm out in the world. But look, first, I got to hit you with this smooth intro music.
What in the world? What in the world? What in the world? What in the world?
I love this music. Sidebar. That is from unreleased music I recorded maybe 4 years ago. The song is called Everybody Does It. Of course, it's produced by the homie Red. Maybe one day we'll release it. But anyway, so what in the world is up with cashiers or workers in department stores or just people at work, period, who don't want to do their job? Okay, this really happened to me the other day. I went to the music store looking for new headphones. Pretty simple. So the first thing about me is I will literally take 5 hours or 5 days to make a choice on a selection in a store. So what you don't understand is before I walked into this store, I have literally studied headphones for a week. I have literally watched 100 YouTube reviews comparing different headphones, literally for a week. So I'm tired at this point. I just want to get some headphones and get out of here now that I made my decision. So what happens? I make my decision and I notice that, oh man, the headphones that I want are out of stock on the shelf. Anybody who's been in this situation know what question I'm about to ask this guy at the front counter. This is what we all want to know when something is empty on the shelf. We want to know, okay, is it empty, like gone empty? Or is it like empty, but it's some in the back, and because you lazy, you haven't restocked the shelf, and I might have a chance that I could still get these headphones. So I walked up to the counter, being respectable and the nice guy that I am. Excuse me, sir. I'm looking at these headphones over there. First of all, he doesn't look interested at all that I want these headphones in the first place, to be honest, okay? This guy has no interest in actually doing his job. So I'm like, yeah, the headphones are over there since you didn't move when I said headphones, okay? So, hey, the headphones over there, they're empty on the shelf, sir. Does that mean that you guys are out of them? Do you know what his reply was? He said, probably so. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I asked you a question that needs a real life answer. You're really at work right now. Do you realize you're getting paid right now, right? So he said, probably so. Meaning, if they're not on the shelf, they're probably gone. Which also means that you don't really want to go in the back to see if they're there because you are not interested in ringing me up. Okay, so I hit him back with a simple question. I was like, so is there a way for you to like find out for sure? Because y'all got to understand, like, I don't want to wing it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because I've spent a week trying to decide which headphones I want. And now that I made a decision, I got this situation where the one headphone that I want out of 100 headphones in this store is all of a sudden not on the shelf. And you're telling me that they're probably gone. Okay. So again, sir, is there a way for you to find out for sure? Because probably, listen, guys, probably isn't going to do it when you want something in life. Okay. So, of course, he's like, oh, yeah, let me just sit here for 3 seconds and type in these headphones. Show me the ones you want. And then I have an inventory because there's this thing called a computer where I could type it in and the inventory comes up and tells me, yes, oh, yeah, it looks like we do have a couple of pairs. Oh, wow, look at this. So you told me probably not or whatever, they're probably gone a couple minutes ago. After 3 seconds of work, now you find out they're there. And so then I'm looking like he didn't move. I'm like, yeah, I actually want them. Like, I want the headphones. So he goes back to the back, comes back up with the headphones, sits them down. Then there's another guy that has a question. While he's ringing me up, this is like just an interesting situation because I have extreme patience. This is something that has happened to me over time. I wasn't always like this necessarily, but for some reason, I have extreme patience now. So this is where it gets real interesting. The guy stops ringing me up because I had two things. He rang up one thing, stops, asks the other guy what's his question, and then he's like multitasking now. He stops ringing me up. He's talking to this guy, but this was the most interesting part to me. He also had no interest in really answering this guy's question. So he's literally lazy multitasking right now. Like, he's being lazy towards me. This guy's asking about a microphone, and he's being lazy in answering this guy, but he's like a lazy superhero because you couldn't just be regular lazy and be lazy towards one person. You're literally helping two people at the same time and being lazy towards them. This is how bad it got. It got to the point where the guy was taking so long to answer the microphone guy's question that I started answering the microphone guy's question. I actually sold him the mic. Like, I told him which one he needs and so on and so forth. So we eventually both walked out as semi-happy customers. What's the moral of the story? Don't be a lazy superhero. I don't know this guy. I don't even think the guy ringing us up was a bad person. I don't think he had an issue with anybody for any specific reason. I literally think that his issue was him. It was his attitude, the way that he comes to work. Maybe he's not happy with his job. Maybe he views himself through the title of a job. What I do know about a lot of people, and I used to be like this, we tend to think that I'm going to halfway do it while I have a quote unquote halfway job in my mind. And then if I get a promotion or if I become the manager or something, all of a sudden I'm going to turn on all of this effort that doesn't even exist in me. What's my point? Regardless of where you start at, regardless of what you do, it doesn't matter if you're a cashier. I've been a cashier several times in my life. Regardless of what you do, put forth great effort, because it can be that effort that you're putting forth as a cashier that's causing someone to look at you and consider you for management. And then you got some people that's like, oh no, well, I don't have to do good at this job because I'm going to be an entrepreneur, this, that, and the other. Well, you think if you can't be a good cashier, that you're somehow going to run an entire business by yourself? What you should be doing is looking at how they're running that organization and taking notes and saying, okay, this is how I need to run my business. But here's the big question. Would you hire you? Imagine you own a company and you had to interview yourself for a job. Knowing everything you know about yourself, the work ethic or the lack thereof, the passion or the lack thereof, the commitment, the dedication, the effort. Knowing everything you know about yourself, would you hire you? Or can you honestly look at yourself and say, I'm a lazy superhero. I'm not ready for the next opportunity yet because, truth be told, I'm not taking advantage of where I am. And I can't be pleasing God by halfway using the breath that he gave me today, halfway using the opportunity that he gave me. See, laziness is the fruit of ungratefulness. Because I truly believe that when you understand the opportunity that God gave you today, like just by waking us up this morning, it's hard for you to halfway do it when you know that it's not going to be here forever. Today is the youngest you will ever be. Don't waste your time being a lazy superhero. Don't let your job title define you. Don't wake up and tell yourself, I'm going to do better when I get better. No, get better now. Do it now. Listen, this is why we have to do better now, is so that we could be prepared for the opportunity when it gets there. Because when the doors open and the opportunity comes, guess what? It's too late to prepare. You have to be ready. And I think that's just an issue that we all face at some point in our lives. So it's okay if you're there now, but you have to at some point look yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself and say, look, I'm halfway doing it. I'm taking the easy way out because I don't want to go to the back and grab the headphones. And the worst part about it is all the people we could help if we weren't lazy. If we just went to the back and grabbed the guy the headphones, maybe he could do his podcast. Maybe she could listen to her favorite music on a plane. Something that means nothing to us means everything to someone else. So look, man, don't be a lazy superhero. And don't allow your current situation to define you. All right?